Welcome to Toffee TV. It is the player ratings for Ružomberok 0, Everton 1 in the second leg of the Europa League third round qualifier. Again, not a great performance, not a great game to watch, but we're through. Job done. Positive spin on it. Played 2-1-2, conceded no goals in this tie. Negative spin on it, it's all a bit slow. Moving on to the player ratings anyway, let's get on with it. Jordan Pickford made his competitive Everton debut tonight with a clean sheet. Thought he was good. I thought everything he had to do, he done really well. His kicking was decent. You could just see how much the players trusted him, but how much they give him the ball to his feet. He made a good stop, if you want to call it that, in the first half early on. Got it away from his goal quite well. Couple of good punches. Just looked very calm and assured. So a very reassuring 7.5 out of 10 for Jordan Pickford for me. Tom Davies played right back. I thought he was one or two players who had a really good game for us. It's, not his normal position, but this kid can play anywhere and he'll do you a job anywhere you want. And those kind of players are invaluable to us. But I thought Tom Davies was excellent for me. He's getting 7.5 out of 10, like Pickford. Phil Jagielka was all right. They didn't really offer that much, and we went with the 3-5-2, and I understand why he went with it, to try and block them off from set pieces. But I don't know whether it made us not play the way probably we needed to play against these. But he's kept it's part of a defence that kept the clean sheet. But he didn't have too much to do. 6 out of 10. Probably should get a 7, but 6 out of 10. Ashley Williams, again the same, 6 out of 10. Sometimes just so laborious, if that's the right word, in possession. He's a bit dodgy sometimes, but I suppose he defended well. I want to criticise him too much, because the defence has kept the clean sheet again, but they weren't really tested, were they? But 6 out of 10. On the contrary to that, Michael Keane, who I'm going to give man of the match to, because I think he just shaded it from Tom Davies. I thought he was excellent. He won most of his, if not all of his headers, and he was the one defender at the back who would step out with the ball and look to play a forward pass. He got us in 3 or 4 times with a ball round, over the top with a little bit of curl on for the players to run onto. Played one superb ball to Calvert-Lewin in the second half and got us in on goal. So he was the pick of the Everton players tonight. Leighton Baines, 6 out of 10. Thought he joined in well enough, but I just think he needs to offer a little bit more, Baines, at the moment. He's slowing the game down too much on that left hand side. He's getting in. I just want him to put balls across the defence early. You can let our strikers get in on it. It's lovely intricate football at times. He's playing the 1-2s, but have an end product. Put the crosses into the box. But 6 out of 10, decent average, decent performance. I'm gonna call it that. Garner, 6 out of 10. Thought he, Ped's looking at me because I think he probably thinks it was less than that. Yeah, 5 out of 10. Fair enough. So he wants 4. I'm going with 5. I thought he ran around, which is what he does, but in possession of the football, some of his passing was woeful, absolutely woeful. But we know that, he's an excellent player. We don't have to worry about Garner. He was fantastic last season, and I'm quite sure he will be this season. But tonight, I've been disappointed with him over the 2 legs, because I just expect that little bit more. And Schneiderlin tonight, he's gonna get 5 as well, because those two who are normally like just lock everything down for us, we needed a bit more going forward from them. As defensively they were okay, but in possession of the ball, just give the ball away so sloppily in that area of the pitch. And I just think against teams like that, one of them's got to commit, and they didn't enough. So 5 out of 10 for Schneiderlin as well. Davy Klaassen, I'm going to give him 7 out of 10, and it's probably a generous 7, but he was better than the other 2, and he came up with the assist for the goal. And whether I've seen people on Twitter saying, well, yeah, it wasn't exactly a great ball, was it? Well, it was, because it put Calvert-Lewin in, he scored, so that's what it's there for. I like Klassen. I think he shows promise of being a really, really good player for us. I understand when people say he's not in the game enough at times, but that's just the way we're playing as well, I think, at the moment. And it is very, very early. So even though there's some criticism in what I'm saying with some of the ratings of the players, I accept that it's really early. It's hard to do a player ratings this early because it's pre-season, isn't it? But for me, 7 out of 10 for Davy Klassen. Wayne Rooney, 6 out of 10. I thought his touch was better than last week, but I understand what he's doing. He's dropping into holes and trying to get us playing, but if he's playing up front, he's got to stay up front. Or if he's playing up front with Sandro, one of them has got to stay up front, and at times neither of them were. They were coming looking for the ball. I think he's got to take shots more. The thing I loved about him the other week in Tanzania when he scored the goal was he just got it out of his feet and hit it. And tonight, first half, a couple of times he had a chance to have a pop and he hesitated and passed it wide. And there was one in the second half when Calvert-Lewin does really well and gives it to him. He skips inside beautifully and the shot's on and he hesitate, tries to go past another and then tries to go past the third and it's gone. Just get the shot away. Keeper might parry if he might score. You might catch a worldie out of it. But I thought his touch was a lot better than last week. Played some lovely one-touch stuff with Baines down the left-hand side. And also, don't forget, he done really well to set up the ball to Klassen. Keeps it and plays a little round the corner to Klassen, which gets him away, which puts Calvert-Lewin in for the goal. But I'm not worried about Rooney, but I wish he'd take a pot shot more. Sandro, 6 out of 10. I thought he was a generous runner, but he's another one. He looks like he's going to be a live wire, and that's really good. And I think the fitter he gets and the better, we learn how he plays more, things will come together more. But just tonight, there was one in the first half where Klassen nicks the ball and he's in on goal and he drops the shoulder brilliantly, just hits it. He hesitates, takes another touch and fires it against the defender, goes over the bar, and those chances are gone. He's got to hit the ball quicker. I've seen him for Malaga last season, having shots early and scoring goals because the defence and the keeper wasn't set. And again, a little bit like Rooney, he wants to get involved in the game, and that's good on one side of it. But on the other, the two of them go missing from that forward position. We haven't got a centre forward then, so he's got to. But he will. I'm quite confident he will do okay. The substitute, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, 7.5 out of 10, and he wasn't on for that long, but he came on in a position he knows, which is the centre forward, and he scores us the winning goal. And he was a threat when he come on. He won a few headers, he ran in behind them. There was one where he got in. Michael Keane plays a great ball and he does well. He checks inside. His cross was a bit lazy with the outside of his foot. If he'd got his head up, he could have maybe picked Rooney out, but he was a threat and he done really well and he looked nice and sharp. Out on the wing, doesn't offer us anything really. Down the middle, he's an option, and that is good, and that's all he can do is give Ronald Koeman that food for thought. Gareth Barry, let's give him 6 out of 10. He was on for 5 minutes. He looked cool, won a couple of free kicks, and he's very, very calm in midfield, isn't he? So 6 out of 10 for Gareth Barry. Some of them ratings you might think are too generous, some of them you might think aren't generous enough. That's the whole point of it, isn't it? They're just mine. If this performance was in the Premier League, I might have been a little bit more critical, but we are still, as far as I'm concerned, in pre-season. Yet it was a competitive game. Doesn't take away the fact that we're 4 weeks into pre-season training, really. If this was a game against these just as part of a friendly, you'd just go, it was a bit crap, but it was 90 minutes under our belt, so we get ready. It's not going to be the most perfect pre-season because of the Europa League, but we've done the job. We've won the game. We're in the draw for the next, qualifier, the Europa League playoff games, as they're calling it. And we just got to get through that one and get into the groups. But I'm more confident now going into the next round that we'll be fitter. We'll have played a couple of Premier League games, or we've certainly played one Premier League game next time we venture out into the Europa League. So, job done. That's my player ratings. Feel free to agree, disagree like you normally do. That's what it's all about. I've been Baz. See you soon on Toffee TV.